Hello, folks. Welcome to Stout Sunday. I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana Beer Reviews. Michael Komaroff is in Brooklyn, New York City, New York, and Beverage Ramble is in Georgia now. And we are here for Stout Sunday. We examine porters and stouts. And we have porters and stouts. Now, John and Neely is not able to host this week. We'll see about next weekend. All right. I have a beer called Fluffier Otter, and I noticed there's a number of video reviews, about 5 or 6. I'll watch them after this is over and I'm eating lunch. So there's the otter, and he's licking out of a peanut butter jar, and there's little marshmallow ghosts all around. And it's from Pontoon Brewing, and it's 9% alcohol. No IBUs listed. And I was doing a recorded video right before we came on here, and then this animal invaded the video with my noise, and I didn't appreciate that. She didn't really care, though, you know. All right, now. Yeah, don't look.
Okay, so I have a bottle of Mackeson Triple X, which is a triple stout, milk stout, 4.9%. The company was established in England in 1907. But this beer is actually brewed by Florida Beer Company in Cape Canaveral, Florida, under the rights from the English company, or in this case, InBev, which owns it. What else do they say here? The company itself is from Hythe, Kent, UK, and that's where the beer originated. And it's a milk stout, and I will give you more full details once I get started reviewing it.
That's in a book I have called 300 Beers to Try Before You Die.
Why didn't they just say it's part of AB InBev instead of saying?
They don't tell you anywhere on the bottle, but Jay is correct.
Yeah.
What's the ABV again?
4.9.
Yeah, I knew it was some kind of unusual.
Milk stouts tend to be session for the most part. I know they have some amped up ones, but they tend to be session. And this one is another example. And this is a classic milk stout by the English standard. So I'll be looking forward to doing it. I've had it in the past, but I'm looking forward to reviewing it again.
I had it once. I can get it, though, if I go to Metairie. Okay, Jean-Pierre.
Yes, I am drinking the Founders Porter, 6.5%. I've had this before and, of course, reviewed it. And I'm bringing it to Stout Sunday. I think Michael did this about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I believe. So, but as I said, I'm going to enjoy again this delicious porter.
Excellent. Now, on with the reviewing. Okay. I wasn't rushing per se, but I wasn't exactly I wasn't goofing around either, because I had to come home, hurry up and change into my uniform, meaning my San Diego Padres shirt and cap. I wear a uniform when I do video reviews. And then I had to do the video review for this beer, then write the review, which was easy because I follow a formula. So I just plug in the aspects onto the formula. And then I had to set this up. But like I said, while I was recording the video review, I had an invasion. I had to deal with that. So here it is, poured up already, because, like I said, it's very dark brown. You can see it's very dark brown. And the head is thin beige, and there's no lacing, really. Now, Michael, you said you had this before.
Yes, I think I got one that John sent me. Okay. John Neely sent me one in his collection in his package, and I did enjoy it.
Again, the Belgian Quad I've had, and also I've had their Decadent, and I believe there's one more. I don't think but no, I can get the cake, the cookie, whatever cake cookie stout that they have, Pontoon that they do.
Yeah, we get a lot of their beers now, so it's just a matter of going to the store and picking out which ones I want. You know,
right?
Because they're all expensive, so I don't want to be buying. I don't want to just be buying everything and losing all my money. All right, I do have to buy food, have to pay for electricity, you know, other things. All right.
The important things.
Right. Right. This is not a priority. Well, it is for us. It's a hobby, you know, but eating food and paying your electric bill is probably more important than drinking.
Well,
All
that wait sometimes, you know. I hate to stretch it now. I'm just kidding.
right. Don't take that advice, folks. All right. It smells like strong peanut butter. I would show you a website, but there isn't one. So, I mean, there's a website for Pontoon, but they don't have this listed, so it would be no use trying to even show it.
Mostly from Pontoon, you see mostly is all their core beers. I mean, if you know, and a little bit of information on it, but not a whole lot of info.
Yeah, they don't. Their website is kind of shabby, but their beers are good. All right, so you get vanilla. It smells like chocolate, but I know it doesn't have chocolate in it, and malt. So the taste.
Cheers.
Cheers, Jay.
Now the taste has those elements too: peanut butter, the malt, obviously dark malt, vanilla, and I'm saying, and if you have experience with imperial stouts, dark raisins, and I think you two guys have noticed before dark raisins in stouts. The flavor, they don't have the raisins added, although I guess you could these days add raisins. But have you ever noticed that the dark raisin notes?
I have, and I've also noticed plum notes sometimes and other dark fruits as well.
Even prunes on occasion. Hello, Jordy. Get your stout, get your porter, and join up.
Oh, the Heineken Silver. Oh.
Is Heineken Silver something new?
No.
Yeah, and there's a new one called Heineken Unfiltered.
Oh, well.
Is it the same?
They're in England. They get different lineup than what we get. So.
Okay.
It's a whole different, you know, basically everything they get, we don't get, and everything we get, they don't get. Like they'll get a Guinness, but it'll be a different one. And we get a Guinness and it's a different one. They get a Mackeson, but their Mackeson's different. All right. So the body is medium, not heavy. It's velvetyness in the mouthfeel. The finish is semi-dry, like let's say 52%. No, I said it wrong. Semi-sweet. 52% sweet, 48% dry. Bitterness units, don't even worry about it. I'm saying 1 out of 5 hop cones, and that is pushing it. 4 out of 5 sugar cubes. So believe me, if you don't like sweet dessert-like products, chocolate-based, vanilla, peanut butter-based products, you're going to hate it. I mean, you're going to really hate it. But if you like sweet dessert-like products like, I don't know, chocolate covered donuts, peanut butter pie, you know, stuff that's really high in sugar, you're going to like it. Couldn't drink too much of it because you just, you know, you'd be gagged after a while. It'd be too much sugar. But it's very nice. I'm going to give it a high score. But like I said, 12 ounces, the most you'd want to drink would be 16 ounces. Other than that, you'd hate it, I think. All right. So that's it. I don't know how much feels about it, but
as I showed before when I first introduced the beer, it's the Mackeson Triple Stout, and this one is brewed in Florida at Cape Canaveral. And I guess in cases like this, Jay, maybe InBev would rather have different breweries doing different things so they don't have to bother with it, kind of thing. And that's why they contract it out versus having it done in one of their facilities. Or for all we know, they own this company. Maybe they own Florida Beer Company. So maybe that's why they do it in that location.
Probably what you said first, like it's a low volume product for the U.S. And they were like, we don't want to do it. And maybe somebody approached them and said, hey, you know, we'll do it if you allow it. And they might have said, yeah, okay. You know,
if you look at and also look, you look at their name, it depends who imported it, like a company called like Import Brands Alliance. That's St. Louis, Missouri, right there. That's a dead giveaway. Is that AB InBev has their hands in it somehow, some way.
But it's not an import, you see. That's the thing. It's an American brew, so it's not going to say that.
So probably the only way you can get Mackeson of the English type would be to go to England. Or maybe in Canada you could get it because maybe it comes from a different route.
And I'm sure definitely in the Caribbean, I'm sure definitely sold a lot around the Caribbean islands, Barbados, Jamaica, you know.
Now, is there anything I can't see? Is there anything out there saying that it's brewed in Florida?
Well, this is the Florida Beer Company website.
Okay, so that's where it's coming from. Okay, good.
I've
never had anything else from that brewery.
Yeah, so it's showing a picture of Mackeson Stout with an old typewriter, an old clock radio, and then it's saying triple stout. Triple X means triple export. That's something to do with like distribution. That's some old term from the 19th century. It really has no meaning today, but that they used to call that triple export. There's 3 guys on there. And that's implying that it's giving you strength, which they cannot say in the United States that a beer gives you strength or makes you healthy. You know, can't make those claims anymore. But that's what that's implying. And then it says a full-bodied example of an old Southern English style sweet stout brewed since 1907. This world-class stout, at least they're not claiming too much. This world-class stout possesses a distinctive texture and superb balance while being recognized as one of the smoothest stouts available. Pours a deep dark brown with the aroma of burnt currants. That's like blackberries and coffee. Well-balanced sweetness with notes of bitter chocolate and moderate hop bitterness. Pairs well with rich roasted or smoked meat, smoked chicken wings, and well-aged cheddar and chocolate espresso cake. Our stout was most recently awarded the silver medal in the 2017 U.S. Open Beer Championships, cream stout category, 4.9% alcohol. Now, if anybody's interested, I can show you some other beers this company makes. Just for.
Hey Jay, I'm looking at this website right here called. I'll put the link in. I'll put it in the private chat and you'll see it. And hold on one second. And go ahead, Mike. You go ahead and review, and you'll see where they mention some of their beers that they also have.
You know what's funny? I've had the Swamp Ape.
Yeah, 10%. I've had it too, and it was really good, wasn't it?
It was fine. It was good.
Strong.
Well, my mother lived in Florida for a long time, so I did get a chance to see some of these. I forgot that the brewery did Swamp Ape, but I've had it.
I'll show one more. I'm not going to show them all, obviously. Show one more. Key West Sunset Ale. That's probably like
I've never had the Key West.
Yeah, that's probably their flagship. You know, low alcohol, light body. They probably have that in all the bars down there. You know, I've had that one too. Key West Sunset Ale, and I found it funny that it was called Key West, but it was made in Cape Canaveral. I was like, oh, okay.
I've never had that one.
It's mild, mellow. It's nice. You know, it's not that super strength stuff we like to tackle, but it's, you know, a very pleasant product.
So as you're looking in the glass, very dark brown, bordering on black. Let me look through the light. It's fairly opaque. It's fairly opaque, although you could tell that it's not jet black. So very dark brown, tan head, about a half a finger, very creamy, good head retention, and it keeps coming back. So the lacing is pretty nice on the side. Let me get a nose on it. It's a very mild nose, but you're getting the dark roasted malts. Some background coffee. Can't really smell dark fruit in it, but maybe we'll get that in the taste. No chocolate though, so it's more coffee over chocolate. Anyway, it smells like a inviting beer. So cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers.
That's really nice. Okay, so you are getting a little bit of that kind of, you know, Jay mentioned when he read that there's currants in there. You're getting a little bit background, though. It's not a first taste you get, but it's there. Dark roasted malts. Mild coffee, though. It's not, you know, coffee like, you know, like freshly brewed coffee. It's more just a regular straight coffee. It's a mild beer, but it's 4.9, so, you know, it's sessionable, easy drinking. The mouthfeel is light. The body is highlight, though. It's not the bottom end of it, more at the top end. So there is some feel to it. So there's more than you might have in a typical session stout. The carbonation is active. If you can see in the top, shooting bubbles coming up. And I recommend this. I guess I would love to get my hands on one brewed in Kent, England, if they still do. And they might still brew this beer for European, and see if there's any difference in the beer. Because one quick fact, it's going to be brewed with American water in Florida. So that might make a difference. I don't know. But otherwise, I'm happy with it. And it seems, from what I can remember of having Mackeson before, it seems very similar. And I'll keep sipping on it, and I'll give you a final determination when you come back.
Okay. Would you like to see another subsidiary or a contract brewer website real fast for Mackeson?
Sure. We always like to expand our horizons.
All right.
And it doesn't feel with the milk.
I noticed
Mike,
that the company in Florida.
Yeah.
I think the milk stout, John, is more just the feel of the style. It's not really milky, but it's the style of that type. And
it's not sweet either, right? Not overly sweet.
No, as a matter of, like the way Jay did his, which was sweet, this is the opposite. This is more on the bitter side than sweet, but it's not intensely bitter. Somewhere, mildly bitter.
Okay.
I noticed on the Florida Brewing Company website, they made a beer called Carib, short for Caribbean. Now, Jean-Pierre put a link for Carib Brewery, and that was started by British guys in the British Caribbean islands, which is where their breweries are. They have a number of breweries in these British West Indies islands. And they also make Mackeson Triple Stout, but it has a different label, as you can see, black and red. And it says here, Mackeson is a full-bodied milk stout that is, quote, not too sweet and not too bitter. Its overall sweetness is well balanced by a bitter chocolate characteristic. Remember, he said
I'm tasting more coffee than I am chocolate, but there may be some chocolate in it too.
A signature of the chocolate malt used to brew the stout. And it's 4.9 and 141 calories, just like in the Florida. And they're showing also on this website, they show who they're kind of like the history of the company a little bit. They saying it says Carib Brewery is an industry leader. I'm not going to read all of that, but it says the British get kudos for introducing beer to the Caribbean in the 1880s. Still, Sir Gerald Wright, the chairman of Alston's Company Limited, blah, blah, blah. And then it's and they're saying the rest is history. We got 70 years of experience. Over 70 years, we do a lot of brewing. There's their chairman, Peter Hall. And I bet we could guess where he's from. And it ain't Texas. There's their leadership team. And they're probably all either British or Indian or Caribbean. And then their distribution area, and you can see it's mostly the Atlantic areas. Anyway, and then they make a whole array of interesting products, none of which I can get except Mackeson. Like Royal Extra Stout. And Jean-Pierre was talking about that, how in the hot Caribbean islands, they love drinking stout, which seems kind of like it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, kind of odd. Very odd. But, again, growing up as I did, with my family being from Haiti, they love Guinness. But, obviously getting older, seeing the way or the certain temperature you're supposed to drink Guinness, or certain stouts, they were drinking it like, ice cold, like you drink your, like you drink Heineken or anything like that, just right out the freezer cold and just pour it in your glass or drink it out of the bottle, so.
Yeah. And here's an interesting product they make called Royal Extra Stout 6.6. I'd be keen to try it, but, well, I'd have to be able to get it first. Well, I'd be keen to try all their products. Actually, I was looking at their whole website. It looked interesting. But anyway, it's time for Jean to give his. I appreciate y'all being patient with me showing the websites, but I love looking
It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good, man. No problem here. Okay, well, I'm going to do my.
Here we go. Beverage Ramble.
Yes, the Founders Porter, 6.5%. This is available year-round for my friends at Founders Brewing Company. Love the artwork of these. A lot of their bottles, I really love their artwork. Like the other day, I was mentioning the artwork. Like Pontoon Brewing, they have some great artwork on some of their cans. Also, Atlanta Brewing Company here in Georgia, some nice artwork on some of the stuff that they put out. So, here's what the porter looks like. It had a good head up top. Obviously, I've been sipping it while you guys have been discussing your beers. So that's 6.5%. Definitely has a cream top on it, and the flavor definitely is a strong chocolate and very caramel flavor. Definitely in this. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Quite good. There's a little balance of that chocolate and that caramel, and there's a maybe slight. I don't know. It depends if they use milk chocolate or semi-sweet chocolate. I'm guessing semi-sweet, so that can be a bit strong, but also very, very flavorful too. So I think it's more chocolate and probably 51% more chocolate than caramel in this beer. Nice sweetness, a little bite, bitter going down, but this is just the right flavor for a porter. And very malty too as well, which is I definitely like about this.
And it has 230 calories, which is good if you're trying to gain a lot of weight quick.
Right. And I was thinking I was going to pair this with. I got some ground beef here. I wouldn't use ground beef. I probably more like some oxtails or maybe like a good goat meat will probably go with this. If you want something darker, stout or a porter, definitely go with anything with a nice game venison will pair well with this. But by itself, this is really a superb porter. It gets a 91 score on Beer Advocate, so they've ranked it very high. 6.5% is not overly strong, guys. Really, there's a lightness to it, but I would recommend just 2 of these bottles and then cut it. And not to have any situations happen, but yeah. I think I believe when I left Mobile, they had some Founders beers. So one maybe 3 places I would guess had it. I know Loda Beer Garden, the place that you and I went to, Jay, when you came to visit me when I was in Mobile. We stopped there and we had Stella Artois on draft, and I believe they had Founders on draft as well, the porter. So imagine how good it is if it's on draft. I'm sure it's like to be like even way better in the bottle.
So, Jean, do you notice now living in the Atlanta area how many more beers you can get than when you were in Mobile?
I'm in heaven. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this. I'm not a alcoholic. Let me just put it out there.
No, but he's practicing. He's practicing.
Exactly. It's practice. Man, it's just practice. Just practice. But yeah, I've been very impressed with the selection that I have, and I think Jay would agree with me on this one. Mike would probably do. I guess when you're in these bigger cities, and no disrespect to Mobile or Raleigh, a place like that, some of these smaller towns, you'll get some things. You probably won't get a lot of things, so you have to really go far out to get certain stuff. When I was living in Mobile, obviously seeing Jay, I would get a lot of stuff, there than I didn't get in Mobile. Same when I go home, see my folks in Jersey. I got a lot of stuff that I, seen up there than I didn't get in Mobile. Same being up here in Georgia from time to time before I moved up here last year. So
and my small town doesn't have a lot of variety, although it has more than you would expect. And then, like Michael says, Michael sometimes says, I'm in Brooklyn, New York City, New York. Why can I not get it, but you're getting it? You know, that makes sense sometimes.
But yeah, I mean, certain things you see and like, okay, wow, I got this, you know? So yeah, I've been very fortunate, very grateful. And like I said, I've been very, very impressed with what I've seen, more so on the local stuff here than some of the, you know, more well-known. Even the more well-known stuff is like, wow, okay, I'm gonna get that, you know, like, okay. So
one thing too, we have this system with the distributorships. I think it's like a 3-tier system. If a distributor doesn't want to carry it and that's your distributor in your area, you're not going to get it. I mean, it's sad, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And also the ABV is a little higher up here, 14%.
We've discussed, I love Genesee Cream Ale, but all I can get here is Jenny and Jenny Light. And I've written them and they say, we can't do anything because the distributor doesn't want to carry the Genesee Cream Ale,
which is amazing. And that beer is made in that state, you know, and that's one of
Rochester would still be a 5-hour drive from here.
Yeah,
because New York is a pretty big state, east to west, and I'm not driving up to get Jenny Cream Ale or anything. No, but if I could get it, I would buy it. So, what can you do? I mean, I've never been a big fan of Jenny or Jenny Light. I'm not saying they're bad. They're just average. Bland. They're bland. Macros. You know, the cream ale at least has some positive things that are different.
As old school as it gets, it's a great flavor, a great style. I enjoy it too.
You know, so whatever. I will continue to exist without it. So don't worry, I'm fine.
Yeah. So I'll have my score coming up. Just a fabulous product by Founders, and enjoyed everything from them. So.
Well, sorry for the thunder in the background there.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Rain's coming out hard. I made the cat go outside because she was wandering around, and I said, go out. And she went, and I closed the door behind her. She was like, wait a minute. All right, but anyway, I have a question for you two people.
Yes.
I need some advice, and the advice is this. Yes or no?
Let me see that again.
There's the Dragon Fire.
Yes or no?
Are we talking about buying multiple cases of it, or are we talking about just having a few?
I'm talking about drinking it right now.
Oh, you're in the mood to have one. Right? Okay. It's 10%. So are you in the mood for another 10%? That's an individual choice.
Yes.
It's only 7.9 ounces, so it's not a full shot.
9.6.
9.6. I'm sorry, I didn't want to demote it any worse than it already is. I remember when I found the original one, not that one, the junior size beer of the same company, and I took it and I assumed it was 11.2. Why would you think less? And I got home and I looked at it and I said, what do you mean? How could it be less? They stole those ounces from me.
You can drink it down so fast, you know. Yeah. Oh, Geordie, in England, in Scotland, Geordie's in the Kingdom of Scotland. In Scotland, it's called Dragon Stout Spitfire. And in Jamaica, it's called Spitfire. I think what happened was it was probably some kind of trademark thing where there was some other company in America that had the name Spitfire. So they said, oh, well, you know, we'll just call it Fire, you know. That's usually the reason for that.
And the price point, Jay, on that one and on the other one is high for what you're getting, in my opinion.
I agree. I'm
not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying it's not. You know, you're not going to go out and say, I think I'll buy a couple of cases of it to have it on hand.
No, because I can convert the price right now. Let's see. It was like $2.65 a bottle,
which seems like a lot for 9.6 ounces.
It is a lot.
I think this Maccason was $1.72 for the 12-ounce bottle, which, I mean, you know, it's a session beer. It's not at the food co-op. It's not great. It's okay.
$1.99 for this size bottle. But I was going to go get the Galactic Porter, which was cheaper if I'd gone to Trader Joe's, I would have gotten that. I brought that to the the examination. But
I can buy singles, so I could buy one beer like this, and that's all I spend.
very
Let's
happy.
convert. What I did was just now I converted the 9.6 to 12 ounces. If you bought this Dragon Stout in a 6-pack and they were 12-ounce bottles, I'm talking about Louisiana. I know somebody in Georgia said he can get it for cheaper, but I haven't seen any videos yet.
No, I've only done the Dragon Stout. That's it.
If you converted this to a 6-pack of 12-ounce bottles, it would be $19.80. Now, I don't know what kind of deal $19.80 is for a 6-pack. I'm thinking it's not that great of a deal, but it is 10%, and a lot of Imperial Stouts are expensive, so we got to take that into account. I mean, after all, you know, this was $3.99 a can, so it's about the same price. You know, it's about the same type of thing, except Dragon Stout. Well, it's a lot different flavor, obviously.
Now, I guess also, Jay, the difference is the Pontoon is more of a dessert kind of beer. It's sweeter, peanut butter and stuff. And the Dragon Fire would be more of a bitter type beer.
Dry, unusual, has a heavy raisin flavor.
You know, I'd say for people drinking that Dragon Fire, please be careful, because especially in the Caribbean, folks, and I think they drink more of the Dragon Stout than the Dragon Fire, because the Dragon Stout is more lower. I think it's around 9 ABV.
No, 7.5.
7.5, yeah. That's a
But
little
even
more.
I mean, yeah, 10% is high, 10%, but at 9.6 ounces, I don't know how careful you got to be, really. All right, but now the score. Well, I tell you, it is a lot different, though. I was saying it's the same type thing. It's the same type thing in the sense that it's a dark, high alcohol stout, but with the flavor, forget it, it's not the same. It's basically, like Michael was saying, the opposite. But the fluffier otter, I'm going to go with 96 out of 100. It's well worth it. As an occasional beer, I wouldn't say a regular everyday drinker. Nah, you wouldn't want to drink it every day. And secondly, the price would be ridiculously high. All right. But, you know, that's why they call it a specialty. This rain. Third try.
Okay, so I'll give you my rating first. I'm giving it a 93, so this is definitely an A beer. Florida Brewing Company has done an okay job brewing it, and I do like milk stouts anyway, and it does go down very easily. And this could be a good starter beer for somebody who's trying a stout for the first time.
Not world class like they claim it on their website, though.
It's not world class. But it's still an A, and an A in the present thing. I paid $1.72, but let's say you even spent $2 for it, that you wouldn't feel ripped off. I mean, it's quality. It's not like it's.
Now that one's not a 12-ounce bottle, though, is it?
It is a 12-ounce bottle. It seems like the ones that are brewed here are mostly. I've never seen an 11.2 ounce bottle brewed in the United States. There could be one though.
I have.
But it's funny. It's funny. Is it Spaten, which is owned by InBev? They do 12-ounce ones in Germany, even though they could do 11.2 if they wanted to save the money, but they give you a 12-ounce beer, which is something nice to return to you when you think about it.
Yes, and
they don't have to do it, but they do it.
And I think Spaten Optimator is one of the best beer values on the market, honestly.
It's very good. It's very good.
Spaten was really good. Yeah, I enjoy Spaten.
And I'm somebody who does appreciate Doppelbocks. Everybody else doesn't seem to appreciate them as much as me, but it is a well brewed style, and I do like them.
I don't know why
you have to like your maltier fronts. Some people don't like that malt on the front, and it's a different maltiness than a stout. So there's like little differences and whatever.
I don't know.
One good thing from the stuff that Jordy's talking about, I guess in Scotland he's able to get a whole different grouping of beers, and I guess you can in all the UK countries, and Ireland as well, and Wales too. Probably you get different ones, which would be interesting for sure.
Then he gets the Buckfast tonic wine, which is made by Catholic Abbey, but it's a notorious homeless park bench wine, but the Abbey won't change. The Abbey said we're not changing the recipe and we're not changing the ABV because we don't make it so that you can drink a whole bottle and lay on a park bench, But yeah, we can't get the Buckfast Abbey wine. But yeah, they make so many different things in Scotland we can't get here. It's laughable. But then I guess it's the same case for them, like you're saying, same thing for them.
So our weather here, it's 59 degrees, which I would say is a little cooler than it would normally be in early May. But we've had a very cool late April as well. There have been days in late April where it got below freezing at night, which is very unusual here, but it can happen. It's not like
it's been pretty mild here for us in the Southeast. I know for me at nighttime, I've been very reluctant trying to turn on my AC. I'm waiting until it gets really warm, but yeah, the evenings have been pretty cool. The mornings have been cool. The mornings like this morning was real cool. I sat outside, had my cup of coffee, but yeah, the weather is getting better as we get closer to June.
Deeper into May, it'll start warming up.
Yesterday here in Louisiana, I checked the thermometer inside the house. I had all the windows open. It was 86 degrees inside the house. Now that's pretty warm.
Yeah.
86 degrees. That's pretty warm.
Very warm, very warm.
But now it's cool right now. It's cool right now because we got the rain, you see. But we had a very warm end of April yesterday. So I know Jean wants to give his score.
No, we're just shooting the bull, talking. I'm not anxious, so.
I know that. I didn't get the impression that you were, but I'm just saying I know you want to give your score.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, I'm gonna go 92 out of 100 for this one. This is really good. Enjoyed a lot. A very good porter. Again, the food pairings I mentioned got to be a good pot roast. If you want to do a meat pie, this porter will definitely go good with this. So that is my score. 92 out of 100.
Don't worry, Jordy. We get a lot of those park bench wines here in America.
Wild Irish Rose.
Different companies. Yeah, Wild Irish Rose. Mogan David 2020.
Whoa. Don't get me started on Mogan David.
We get what's the name of that stuff? Some stores around here sell it, not too many. It's called it starts with a letter C. Well, that's another good. It starts with a letter C.
What about Thunderbird, Jay? Can we still get Thunderbird?
Thunderbird, which interestingly enough, James Mason, a famous Hollywood actor, James Mason, did a commercial for Thunderbird wine in around 1960, which is a little different.
You got a range of park bench lagers here in the UK called Super Lagers, Skull Super, Tenant Super, Carlsberg Special Brew, Kestrel Super. I've had them all, reviewed them all. They are all above 7%. Yeah,
I've had the Tenants, but I don't think I had their Super. I think I had just the straight,
the regular 4 point something. Yeah,
the lower.
We get the same thing. We get the same thing in Jordy, but they're all from different companies around here. They'll range from 7.5 to 14. I tried one from Romania once. I tried to finish it. I really did try hard, y'all, to finish it. I couldn't do it. But it was from Romania, Bucharest, Romania. And it was one of those, and it was called Super Brew 15, and it was 15% alcohol. Now you can imagine what that tasted like at 15% from Ukraine. Oh my goodness. All right. But I tried it. I couldn't finish it.
Jay, when you start showing, if you start showing beers on the next segment, I'll go get something. But I'm going to wait until you actually.
Yeah, I am. So anyway,
I can hear you. I'll turn the sound up.
Yeah, I got the fluffier outer. It was very nice. I would, theoretically buy it again at least. Okay. I'm drinking this right now. Y'all know I don't go crazy and drink a bunch of stouts on Sunday normally, but I don't know. I just had a feel. I just felt like drinking this. I definitely look. If you live in your town, if you're in a town and you see this that sky high price, I would buy it once, just because chances are you're not going to see it. So it's like you can either buy it or be tight-fisted and not buy it, but then you'll never get to try it. Because I will say that the Dragon Stout Fire is a unique product. It has a flavor that is totally unlike any stout I've ever tried. So did I like paying the high price? No. But am I glad I got to try this unusual product? Yes, I am. And this is it. This is the last bottle, so it's probably the end of it. You'll never see it again on this channel. But I might go somewhere where it's cheaper. But yeah, I've been there, done that. So now a few more comments. Natty Daddy, 8%. Well, that's something we haven't looked at in years. That's another one of those, like you're talking about. Thunderbird, popular with the young gangster-like people here in Scotland in the early 2000s.
Early 200s, okay.
That's funny.
It's faded away. It's faded away in Louisiana. I mean, you might still see it. Chances are you won't, but I know where to track it down. Yes. Yeah. 50.
We can tell Jordy. Jordy's asking if I like Guinness Foreign Extra. I do, which is at 7.5%. It is a well-brewed product and not as readily available as the 5.6 ounce or the 4.2 draft, but you can get it. The food co-op has it. I can get it. So it's not like I can't get I enjoy it. It's more substantial than the other Guinnesses and definitely well-brewed and definitely bordering on being, top end kind of stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I think I did give it a 95, so I liked it better than the straight Guinness, I think. But it's not that readily available. You can't just walk into every gas station or supermarket and find it. You have to search for it. But it's around. You can get it.
Same thing here. We have to really search for it. They used to sell it at Mathern's, but it didn't really sell. So, all right. Now, as far as promos, folks. And then we're going to close out. This Wednesday at 7:20 or 7:30 Eastern time, we got Joker's Wild Wednesday. Talking about the park bench and bad decisions in your life. Here's a good example of what we're talking about, Jordy. Steel Reserve TV series coming in at only 10% alcohol. Island Punch with all the not natural flavors. Oh no. So Jordy, I know if they sold this in Scotland, you'd buy it just to try it, but good grief.
Like that's a 25-ounce can or
16. Oh, I wouldn't have bought it. 16.
Okay. All right.
Like they used to say on the old videos, old films, the magic of chemistry, the magic of chemistry. All right. That's now, as far as Dawn
this Wednesday.
Yeah,
this Wednesday, you already is Joker's Wild, right?
This Wednesday, Joker's Wild. The Wednesday following is Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor. Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor. As far as Dawn Busters, I've been doing the Temple Pinch whiskey. Scotch whiskey. Yeah, it's been around since 1893. It's been doing so. It's 15-year aged, but it hadn't exactly been setting the world on fire. But it's fine. Here's the next competitor is going to be Tuesday morning. 100 Piper Scotch whiskey from Chivas Brothers. You've probably heard of Chivas. I don't know. I got a funny feeling that this little lowly 3-year-old Scotch whiskey is going to give it a run for its money and maybe perhaps even beat it, but time will tell.
So the Chivas Regal, which the same company brews, would be a step above that.
A big step. 100. No, I shouldn't say that. 100 Pipers is not that popular in the United States, although it's around. It's around. But if you go to India, it's the #1 selling Scotch in India. And there's a 12-year age, which is, obviously more expensive, and that's very popular too. So in the United States, it's just like around, and some people buy it. In India, it's the premier Scotch product. So it's funny how that works. Now, Chivas Brothers sends it to Kentucky, and the people that bottle it in Kentucky is actually Heaven Hill, who does a lot of the barrel aging for Founders. But I didn't pay a lot for it, so I didn't mind. But yeah, Chivas is a much more, I'm talking about the United States market, is a much more high grade product. In India, it may not be the case, but that's a good question, Michael. So that's about it. And Michael's going to do some promos.
Okay. I have stuff coming up, which is going to be interesting. Giant Space Monkeys coming over tomorrow, and we should tear it up a little bit. It should be interesting. We had to move last week up to tomorrow because his daughter had a health issue. She wasn't feeling well, and but she's doing better. It was just a cold, and everything is okay now. Whatever. What I'm going to show is something that I bought at Lidl stores. And I don't know are there Lidl stores in Louisiana, Jay? I don't even know.
No, we're just starting to get Aldi.
Okay, so this is Lidl, which is another company, and this is called Bronzen Schild. It's from Belgium, and it's brewed by Brewery van Steenberg in Ertveld. And I guess this Steenberg brewery brews a lot of stuff for a lot of different places. You know, like I don't know if you call it contract brewing. They brew a lot of stuff, and they do this for Lidl. And this is what they're calling a Belgian Tripel, but it's 10.5%, which if you look at the official standards, it's really a quad. They can say it on the label, it's a Tripel, but it's at 10.5. Tripels usually stop at about 9. So it's overcharged if it's a Tripel.
Yeah, now Michael, you know one of the real famous beers that Van Steenberg makes is the Gudendrak.
Right, and I've had that before. That's another good beer too, for sure. But anyway, I would recommend this if you do have Lidl stores. Jean, do you have Lidl stores in Greater Atlanta?
Sorry. Yes, I do. Okay,
so
yes, I do get that. They come in a 4-pack. I think it runs about maybe $8.99, I believe.
Well, here it's $9.99, but I guess yours could be a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
So for
I've been kind of hesitant about getting it. I've been looking at it for a while now. Every time I go to the store, just the price. I just wish it was available in singles like they do with the Czechs and the Perlonger.
Well, it's funny that Czech lager they sell was $2.50 for a long time. Now it's $3. So it's like
it's about the same, $3 here.
You get increases in price, and it's not only inflationary. Some of it they figure people will pay an extra 50 cents. They just charge it, and that's it. John, if you're willing to go for the $9, I recommend it. But it depends on how you feel about Belgian yeast and sweeter, more heavy duty beers, because this is, like I say, this is like a quad. It's quite good.
Oh, I enjoy them. Remember, I tried the Pontoon Pancake stack. I think it was a Belgian quadruple. I thought it was fabulous.
Okay, so you might like this, but I'm saying you do have to, like you say, invest $9 and get 4 bottles. I've bought at least 2 4-packs, and they are good for another. This one's good until the 6th of April of 2024. So this is good for another 2 years, or almost 2 years, not quite, because we're in May now, but a little bit less than 2 years. So these are good for like 2.5 years from the time. And the fact that it's 10.5%, they're just giving that date. You could sell her this if you wanted to, and it would be good losses.
I may be lucky one day, decided, all right, let me try this.
No, I think you'd like it, and you could review it.
Believe me, I probably would. Yeah. Like I said, I really like that Belgian quad. I like that style a lot, especially around the holiday season.
It's a good beer in the winter time too, to sit down. If I don't have a fireplace, but in front of your fireplace, and just and again, it's 11.2 ounces. Just like a lot of the other European products.
I was about to make a joke, but some people might not find the joke funny. But I said fireplace, or maybe around the barrel, the garbage barrel, you have the fire burning.
You watch some of these shows where people are outside and they have these fires, And I saw. Look, all I wonder about is if you're really getting, wasted and you have a fire pit, you better be careful.
Exactly.
Right. Now, does Jean have any promos or any more, Michael? Anything else, Michael?
No, I'm good. That's all I'm showing. That's good.
Oh man, I'm sorry if I offended anybody. Standing up by the fire barrel, by the by the barrel, But yeah, but anyway, that's what we do. But anyway, I hope I uploaded 2 videos. The Frankenheiser. Sorry, Francis Connor. There you go. Francis Connor Weiss beer. Uploaded that and the Stingray from Sour from Atlanta Brewing Company. Those are the 2 latest videos that I have uploaded. Now I still got the 2 beers Robert gave me and the KBS hazelnut, but I did some shopping yesterday at the store, and so I picked up this right here.
Oh, Tiger.
Yeah, Tiger Lager, 5%.
Is Tiger where is Tiger from Thailand?
I believe yes.
Singapore.
Okay.
Go somewhere near there. So it's 5%. So I'm going to be reviewing that. Also, I picked up the Guinness Natural Coffee Brew Coffee.
Been around for about a year. But it's brand new to England and Ireland. So those English guys have been doing videos one after the other,
right,
on their new thing.
I can get that. I haven't picked it up yet. I can get that.
And another one, I'm sure both of you have already tried and reviewed. Paulana Salvatore.
Another good Doppelbock.
Yes. So I'm going to review these coming up, and I guess, as I mentioned, the other 3 beers, the 2 Robert gave me, and the KBS hazelnut. So stay tuned for my channel on what's to come. Before
we get off, John, did you like the Giant draft? Did you like the players?
I think we did okay. I was very impressed with what the Jets did. We answered some needs again, and I think we did a good thing not giving Daniel Jones that 5th-year option. I think right now is make it, you got to prove yourself this year. I mean, we got Tyrod Taylor as our backup. If Jones starts playing crappy, then Tyrod will come in, and then we'll probably go back and reset and start over in terms of trying to find a quarterback.
And if he has a really good year and does well, then you can extend his contract. There's no reason to lock him up for $22 million based on what he's done. I mean,
I agree. And hopefully Brian Daboll, the new coach, and some of the offensive coordinators will able to work with him, improve on what he's good at, and limit some of the
offensive line is much improved.
Yes.
Even if you have to give this Alabama guy a chance to break in,
that
still looks like he's better than what we had.
You have to protect your quarterback because these defensive players, they are just as fast as these running backs, and they will, once they get you, you're in a serious world of pain. They are just as fast. So that is the very key is that offensive line. And like I said, it's, we got a good coaching staff, work on some of the mechanics, some of the positives, and all we can hope right now, because this division, even though they're saying Philly did good and we know the Cowboys didn't really do much, I think to me the division is wide open. I wouldn't.
What about the Washington Commanders?
That the Cow Kids are going to be the odds-on favorite, but the Commanders, I know their defense is still going to be good from last year. I know they got Carson Wentz. Let's see. But
Jay, what about the Saints? Are they going to be any good?
They might win 8 or 9 games, perhaps.
Well, it's a Midland team. You won't make the playoffs winning 8 or 9 games, but maybe. Whatever.
They're on their way out. That's why the head coach said, "Let me get out while I can."
I don't blame him.
You got Jameis there, and then of course you still have to, go through Sir Thomas Brady in that division, and
maybe he'll retire again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna retire from beer reviews, y'all. But then next week I'll be back. Anyway, thanks for
Jay. Thanks a lot for hosting today. We appreciate
it. Thank you, Mr. T.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome. We'll see you, John and Illy, next week, I would imagine. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. And y'all take care and have a good Sunday. May has begun. May of 2020 is here.
Yes. It's here now.